Good morning. Today is Saturday, September the 11th, 2021, and the time right now is approximately 7 a.m. Pacific. It's quite early in the morning, but I'm still out and about. Came here for a walk. This is the same place where I shot the video last evening after coming to the Whistler. I just wanted to give you guys a morning view of the city. It's quite peaceful here right now because it's way too early, and I believe most of the people they are still sleeping, even though there is some traffic on the roads and there is a car coming here. So people may be going either back to where they came from, or maybe for some sightseeing to get an early start of the day. Yesterday evening I told you that you can also come here by taking a bus from Vancouver, and this is the bus stop where I did see a couple of buses yesterday, and I think it's quite early in the morning, so maybe the buses may come later on. But this is a good option for someone who doesn't have a car. The best thing I liked about this place is, in addition to being so quiet and peaceful, the architecture of all the hotels and resorts is unique. It doesn't feel like it's a North American city. To me it gives feel of more like a European city. I also read yesterday that in the year 2010 the Winter Olympics and the Winter Paralympics were organized here in Whistler, and there is a Olympics village somewhere here. Here I am in the Whistler village, doing nothing in particular, just walking around and enjoying the nature. What I would like to do though is get a nice cup of coffee, not because I need to, but just because I want to. It would be nice to grab a coffee and sit somewhere here and enjoy the peace. Okay, someone is coming with lots of coffees in their hand, so it seems like there may be a Starbucks that's open. I'll go and check it out and get a coffee from there. So here I have found the Starbucks, and it seems to be quite crowded. I'll go and grab a nice cup of coffee for myself. I finally got my dark roast coffee with a grilled cheese sandwich uh, on the sourdough bread. And my plan is to sit right here on one of these chairs and eat my breakfast and enjoy the view of the Whistler Mountains. I have been walking around for quite a while now, and I have come here to the Whistler North. There is a bridge right across me, so I crossed that place to come to this side. uh, Last night we came here to pick up Indian food, but we drove to this area, and it was like less than 5 minutes of our drive, but it was dark and we didn't know what to expect, so we preferred to drive last night. As I said a little earlier, the 2010 Winter Olympics and Paralympics were organized here in Whistler. Now I'm here at the Olympics Plaza, and you can see the five rings of the Olympics emblem, which represent five continents. There are several boards here which provide information about the 2010 Winter Olympics and the Paralympics. You can pause the video and read about them. So at this particular place, the medal ceremonies took place. All the participants who won medals, they were honored with the medals at this place. Throughout the Whistler village, I have been seeing these unique structures. These are picnic pods. So basically, if there is, let's say, rain or snow, you can spend time here, eat here. There is plexiglass on the top of these wooden structures so that you don't get wet. I have never seen something like this before. Here is a memorial of Canadians who served in the armed forces. While I was walking around at several places within the Whistler village, there were notices that said stay 100 meters away from the bears. So it seems like this place does get visited by the bears when they are searching for food. So here I am at the Whistler village north, as I mentioned earlier, and from here I can go back to the Olympic Plaza, and once I cross the bridge to come this side, I will be back in the area where our hotel is. I'll zoom in a bit to show you the top of the mountains there. What I found quite impressive is, despite of being a tourist place and so many tourists around throughout the day, the place is quite clean and is very well maintained. Of course, it takes efforts both on the part of the local government as well as the people who come here to understand their responsibilities and make sure that they are following all the rules and doing everything they can to keep this place clean and tidy. In fact, there are a couple of places where I read local government encourages people, especially the tourists, to drink the normal tap water in Whistler and avoid drinking the bottled water. To me, it implies that the water in Whistler is hygienic as well as clean as the bottled water, and by drinking the tap water and avoiding the bottled water, people can also reduce the plastic waste here. This is the bridge that I had crossed to go to the Olympic Plaza, and now I'm going back to the village center. The view from here is majestic as well, but it's tough to tell which place has the best view because each view is unique in itself. As I said a little while ago, that this place is probably visited by the bears in search of food. Therefore, the garbage bins here are designed differently. I'll try to show you how it is. So you can just open it by putting your hand like this, which is how the bears use their paws. So you have to put your hand in here and then open it. So bears are not that intelligent to use their paws the way I am using my hand. So they always try to put their paws like this. If I try to open the bin, it won't open and it will hurt my fingers. Here I am in the parking lot of Blackcomb Mountains. I have come here to do the gondola ride, which connects two peaks, and the gondola name is Peak to Peak Gondola. The two mountains it connects are Whistler Mountain and Blackcomb Mountain, and this location also held in 2010 Olympics and the Paralympics the skiing events. So there is about 8 to 10 minutes of walk from here to go to the gondola site, and The price that I paid was 63 Canadian dollars for one ticket, and there are no timings between the hours of 10 to 5. You can go anytime, and then you can do the hiking, you can do just the gondola ride and any other activities which are available, but of course you have to pay separately for them. So here we are at the Whistler gondola. You can see the weather is quite cloudy and nothing is visible over the top of the mountain, but we'll be going there in next couple of minutes. So let's go in and I will show you the gondola ride in next few moments. Stay tuned. So here we are on the gondola ride. I don't know how long it will take to get us to the top. Let's enjoy. There are walking trails also on both sides, and I did see some people hiking all the way up to the top of the mountain and walking down. Turning towards the back, here is a view of Upper Whistler. The last time I remember riding on a gondola, it was in the year 2003 when I went to Nepal, and now after 18 years, this is the first gondola ride. For the people like me who are scared of heights, I don't think it's that bad, because it's not like a large vertical drop. There are rocks all beneath us, so it's not like being in a valley. As I said a little while ago, there are walking trails on both sides, and I can see someone doing a hike. By the way, the hikes are not free. You have to get a ticket or a season pass to do the hike. It seems like we are reaching the first stop on this gondola. We are at the 10 minutes mark. So now we are continuing our journey to the remaining half. And there are some people down there doing their trekking. And maybe in a minute or so, we will enter into the clouds. So now the visibility is quite low. I don't see much farther to my right, and neither do I see any gondolas which are 2 cars ahead of us. So you can have a fairly good idea how thick the cloud cover is. Turning around, the view of Whistler is entirely gone, and I don't see any gondolas besides the one that is right behind us. I really do admire all the people beneath us who are doing such a steep hike. I don't think I can do it, or if I do, I don't think I'll be able to get up off the bed for few days. Here the cloud cover is even thicker. As you can see, the gondola behind us is barely visible, and same thing with the gondola ahead of us, it's barely visible. So here we are at the top of the Black Calm mountain, and it took us about 20 minutes to come here. Enjoyable ride, but if it were not cloudy, it would have been a better view of all the surroundings. And here is peak to peak, but unfortunately it is closed, so we can't do that gondola, but nevertheless we are here. All right, so here is the majestic view of the Black Calm mountain. However, unfortunately, due to the end of summer and the fact that the winter season hasn't yet started, all the attractions are closed at the moment for maintenance and for renovation. So besides doing the track on this route that people are doing, we can't really do any other thing. And as you can tell, it's quite cold here and there is no visibility, so there's not much for me to show you other than the hotel in front of me, the rendezvous. So I'm still on the hiking trail, but now I'm taking a little detour and going in a different direction. Some pieces of advice which I did get a while ago, that you should never do the hiking unless you are wearing the hiking boots, because the regular sneakers do not have the ankle support that you need while doing a hike or when coming down a trail. I do not have hiking boots, so I'm still taking a risk. And this is a long trail. It may take us maybe up to 2 hours to go all the way to the top and then come back. But we don't have that much of a time, because we have 3 o'clock reservation on a shooting range, which is about 20 to 30 minutes away from the base of the gondola. The time right now is I think 12:15, so we have about 2.5 hours or so, and that's why we won't go all the way to the top. Well, this is my second time ever doing the hike. The last time I did hike, it was in Arizona in the temperature of 100 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can tell, I'm breathing heavily, not so much because of the hike, but because the level of air is not so great here, and I don't want to exert too much, so I'll just go all the way to the corner of this ravine and show you how it looks like. So it's all rocks. The view from here is, although entirely cloudy, but it's a cool breeze and there is sun behind those clouds, which is making a little brighter. Coming to this particular location has made me little sad as I read this board. You can pause the video and read more about it, but just to summarize, this very place where I'm standing right now in front of me, it used to be the edge of a glacier just about 100 years ago. But because of the climate change, which is being accelerated due to insensible human activity, the glacier is gone. So here I am returning back from the top of Black Calm mountain and now going to the base where we got the gondola from. I spent about 2 hours here, including the time to come from the base and the hiking. So it's overall a nice experience. It was little chilly, but with the hiking it didn't feel cold too much. And now it's the time to return back, and in couple of hours I have a reservation at a shooting range, which would be my second time doing shooting. But the last time I did it was with air guns and with metal pellets. This time I'll be using the actual weaponry with the real bullets, so I hope it's going to be an exciting experience. So we are only a few minutes away from the base of the gondola ride. On my left You can see the Whistler Lake. I'll zoom in a bit, give you a better view, and the town of Whistler. That's actually Upper Whistler, and it's about 2 kilometers from the place where I'm staying. On the way to shooting range, we stopped for a quick lunch in the cafe behind me called Highway Cafe. It's a vegan cafe. We got 2 coffees and one vegan burger and one vegan sausage roll, and it was kind of expensive. The total was about $28 with taxes. Nevertheless, beyond me you see the Rocky Mountains in the city of Pemberton. The shooting range is also in Pemberton, about 10 minutes drive from here, so we will go there for some shooting. And mind you, it's not shooting the animals, it's just shooting the targets, so no need to freak out. All right, I'll join you once we are at the shooting range. So here we are at the shooting range, waiting for our turn, and I'm pretty sure you can hear the sound of the guns next door. I am very excited to do this. This is my first time actually shooting with guns. I did some air gun firing with the metal pellets, but that was several years ago in Scarborough. So now this time real guns and real bullets. It's also raining here, but shouldn't matter because we are in this shed and there should not be any issue with firing the guns. Another.